Welcome, everybody, to Who's Your Band? I am Jeffrey Paul. I am joined by Sean Morton. How are you, Sean?
Freezing cold. It's 12 degrees out. I got no fucking heat in my basement. My shit's down here. So I'm suffering.
Why do you think I moved everything up here?
Holy shit. And a concrete slab basement. My feet are frozen. Only for our guest. Any other guest I probably would have canceled tonight.
Yeah, no, you can't cancel on this guy. No,
I can't. He's too pretty.
All this guy does is and maybe this is why you like him so much. All he does is avoid me. I don't see him. I used to see him all the time at the radio station. He stops coming. I hit him up to do stuff. He can't do it. He doesn't come on the show anymore. But somehow he must have taken my call or my text here and thought it was somebody else. And then he's like, "Fuck, I can't get out of it." Who else are we talking about? Comic, actor, writer, Mark Riccadonna. Welcome back to the show.
Hey,
Mark.
I found when I can't do anything is when my career's booming.
And I find it very strange that me and Mark text all day long.
Yeah. We're basically FaceTiming 23 hours of the day.
I mean, it's
I let Sean sleep.
I used to get a phone call from Mark, no longer. Call him, hey, oh man, I'd love to talk, man. I'll give you a call right back. Oh, I got caught up. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Listen, we're not gonna have to talk to you. We're not gonna interview you or anything. All right. But what we are gonna do is, like we did last week, we talked about rock and roll debates. And Sean and I stumbled upon, I think, an interesting debate here. If I gave you a band, what would that band's signature song be? Like, what would be their identifiable song? So,
the closer.
Right. Like, there is no way you can't do this in the encore. This is the last song. Once you do it, you're going. And if you don't do it, you're like, what the hell? You have to.
Or you could also mean, like, if you're going to, like, Africa and you're somewhere in Libya and they hear a Bon Jovi, they hear Living on a Prayer, and they go, oh, Bon Jovi, like that.
Bon Jovi.
It's like their most recognizable.
It would have to be that recognizable. So I got a bunch of different bands here, which we'll discuss. I'll give you two, and then if you think I blew it and it's not either one of those, then I would love to hear what you guys have to think. So we'll start with Mark Riccadonna, and we'll start with a real easy.
I feel like, though, Jeff, you're like Mr. Deep Cut, that you're going to be Bruce Springsteen.
I'm a little nervous.
And you're not going to pick one song that's on his Essential or Greatest Hits album. You're going to pick like a D song.
It's going to be like Striper. It's going to be like the most trash music, too.
Listen,
I am not high enough for this. Continue.
It can't be the deep cut because it has to be the most identified. It'll be something like my wife who doesn't listen to anything and only likes Chicago. Okay, it would have to be something that she would even say, "Oh, I know who this is."
Oh, okay? You mean Bon Jovi?
So let's start with let's start with a little band called the Rolling Stones. You ever hear of them?
Oh, I think so.
What is their signature song? Is it Satisfaction or is it Honky Tonk Woman?
Oh, see, I disagree.
It's okay.
I think it's Start Me Up, man.
Start Me Up.
That opening riff. As soon as you hear, everybody goes.
But they wouldn't. But they wouldn't know. No.
Who was it? Did Windows or was it Windows or Apple used it as their commercial? And that song's played. Everybody knows. You don't even have to follow it up. You just play that first part, and everybody knows it. When you went to play the song, you had to keep going.
See,
I will have to disagree with Mark.
He picked the opener. I picked the closer. What do you say? Let me phrase it in a way that you'll hate me. What say you? Now punch me in the face.
What say you?
If I'm going to stick with
he's
the
rock and
two-
roll's Yoda, folks. He's rock and roll's
I'm going to
Yoda.
stick with the two that Jeff picked, and I will go with Satisfaction.
Wow.
Because I understand what Mark is saying, because that riff is an amazing opening riff. But so is Satisfaction. That's as recognizable to me. And I will tell you a very quick story about my experience with Start Me Up. I saw the Stones at MetLife back when it was Giant Stadium, and the Foo Fighters were opening up for them. And it was the first time I ever smoked pot in my entire life, and I didn't know what to expect.
This was last
and
week.
It was right after the Foo Fighters. My friend gave me some skunk weed, and I was like, okay. And now I'm wrecked, and I sit down, and it's like 45 minutes later, and the lights go out, and my head's down like this, and I hear Start Me Up. I hear, there, there, there. I lifted my head up, and I went, nope, and put my head back down. And I slept through the whole show.
Well, if you know it, if you would have paid attention during that show, you would have noticed one of your friends on the stage, sitting on the steps, and that would have been me. I was on stage for that whole show.
I thought you said friends.
I was working that tour, and my spot on those New Jersey shows. Okay, there were two staircases. I sat on one staircase wearing a Rolling Stone shirt. My brother sat on the other one.
I love it.
We were both working those
That's
shows.
not that bad.
Okay. Let's go with another little known band, Pink Floyd. Okay.
Ooh.
So what is their signature song? Is it Another Brick in the Wall or Wish You Were Here?
Oh, I want to say Wish You Were Here, but I feel like Brick in the Wall is the one everybody knows. Like that's the A1 killer. But Wish You Were Here to me, it's like one of my favorites. Yeah, I love that song. But Brick in the Wall, everybody knows that. I mean, you can go up to a 5-year-old and go, "You can't have any pudding." Just
What would you say to the 5-year-old?
I'm not repeating.
Go on. You cut out for a second. So what did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. If you say to a 5-year-old,
I know, because he thinks this is our first podcast, Mark, and the first time we've ever hung out with his hacky ass. Yeah,
What is this Zoom thing you're speaking of?
So wacky. I'm going to go with Another Brick in the Wall as well, even though Wish You Were Here is also my personal favorite Pink Floyd song as well. But I do think Another Brick in the Wall is like the popular, recognizable one.
Now, is there another song that we could have thrown in there?
Money
is probably, I think.
Is Money bigger than Wish You Were Here?
Probably a bigger hit commercially, but like Wish You Were Here is like when you listen to that song, you just go, wow, that's music.
There's no doubt it's an all-time great song. But does it transcend just like something that not only Pink Floyd's fans would hear, but like anyone would hear, like Another Brick in the Wall?
I actually, one of my favorite pictures of my son, I took it and I actually put it on a mug for my parents. My son Duke, he had like the legit headphones on, and I played Wish You Were Here. And it was the first time he ever listened to music how it was supposed to be, not just like on a car stereo. And his face was just like, and it was like the best photo. And I just put on a mug for my parents. That song is so good.
Adam Holtz chimes in. Comfortably Numb's a good one too. That's a very good choice.
Oh, shit.
That is pretty good. Yeah. That is a good one.
I still stay with my pick.
I'm still going to go, yeah.
And then Jeff, you probably know this more than any of us, but like hit wise, like we're talking like Billboard. What was like Pink Floyd's big ones? Because I know Pink Floyd because of albums.
Learning to Fly. I
think that's their biggest hit. I would think chart wise.
Another Brick in the Wall, absolutely.
No, I mean Learning to Fly.
Learning to Fly was huge.
Yeah, that was in like the late 80s, right?
That was 90s.
90, yeah, around there.
That was 90s.
What?
So I just looked it up. It's Another Brick in the Wall 2.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not even close. All right. All right, so I'm glad you asked that question, Mark, because it brings me to this song, which is not the better song, but which was probably a higher charting song. Which, again, identifiable one. I think it's okay. Queen. Would you go Bohemian Rhapsody or another one by?
I mean, I know those
it's the
two.
greatest
Both,
fucking song
both of
ever
those
written.
are
How
like.
do you pick? You know what I mean? It is legit the greatest song ever written. How do you put it up against anything?
It's the highest charting song.
Another one bites the dust, and We Are the Champions are so well known because of sporting events.
Exactly.
They're like people that don't even like music know those songs.
Exactly. That's my point.
It's insane how much people know those two songs. But Bohemian Rhapsody is like legitimately a piece of art that it would be in the Louvre if there was a music Louvre.
Right.
And
Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, same architect.
I don't know. Yeah. I still got to stay with Bohemian Rhapsody on that.
Yeah,
and I'll say it gained its popularity thanks to Wayne and Garth.
Of course.
That made it like more commercially known, I think.
It was always a great song and an amazing song. But it was kind of like with the Sopranos with Don't Stop Believing. Like everybody knew the song, and then once that dumb, stupid end scene came about, that you can't
when
hear
you
that
were
song.
When you were eating onion rings with Tony.
Yeah.
You look just like him now. You lost all that weight. You look so much like AJ.
Do you think it would have been different in Rocky 3? The big song was "Eye of the Tiger," right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but originally what happened was Stallone had asked Queen for the fight montage scene, the training montage scene. When he's fighting everybody, knocking everybody out. Okay.
Yeah.
He asked Queen for permission to use Another One Bites the Dust, and Queen refused to let them do it. If you think about it, it would have worked perfectly. It really would have.
It's too on the nose.
Yeah. I think that may have been like made it as iconic as Bohemian Rhapsody, but still a pretty big song. Another One Bites the Dust.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna. Me personally thinks it's Bohemian Rhapsody because it's just. I think it's that song in the jungle. That song, like, is perfect music. It's aesthetically perfect songs.
Yeah.
Like it's asymmetric is the right word I'm looking for.
It's
like the sound of those two songs are completely asymmetric. They're like perfect songs.
Yep.
Okay. U2. Okay. U2. Is it In the Name of Love or With or Without You?
The power button.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Neither. Oh, go ahead, Mark. You're going first. That's right. I'm sorry.
Wait, what is it? With or Without You, or what was the other one?
Or In the Name of Love?
What's that?
In the Name of Love.
Yeah.
Give
us a couple notes there, Jeff.
In the name of love. No.
I want to say In the Name of Love because it was like,
wow.
I feel like that was, wasn't that in a movie? That was like a really big IRA movie or something about the IRA.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
I feel like it's cinematic. It's a cinematic song.
Well, it's a song about the, very appropriate, about the killing of Martin Luther King Jr., which was just yesterday.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going with either one of them, actually.
What do you think?
You're good.
I think there's like 5 other songs you could pick besides those two. But I would probably say I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Oh, that's a good one. What about One? Or Sunday
that was my next pick. One is probably their most popular. I think it's their most recognizable song.
One?
Out of there. Yeah, I think so. That was a monster. That was an absolute monster hit for them.
It's a great, great song. Wow. I don't know. In the Name of Love is pretty big too. How about I Will Follow?
That doesn't even go in their top 25.
Everybody knows that one, no?
It's their first song. That's why.
Yeah. I'm going to go
Oh,
with the
man.
Eagles song, I think. But I mean, one is. Did they also have? Yeah, with or without you? Oh man,
I can't hear you two without thinking of the. Do you remember the Ben Stiller show?
Yes, of course.
Oh yeah.
And they had that sketch about the guy who would manage the Partridge Family was Bono's first manager.
Kincaid.
Yeah, Ruben Kincaid. He's like, Bono kept talking about the message, and I'm like, listen, here's the message, Bono. If Steve Leibowitz doesn't have a good bar mitzvah, you don't get paid. And then they do one, but they make it about Lucky Charms. It's so goddamn funny.
He did like a Springsteen thing where there was only like the countdowns. It wasn't the song. Like, so like I was sitting in this phone booth and I had to put my hair in my jacket. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all it was. There was no song. That's the whole album.
And then they had the Bruce Springsteen one where there was just tales of Springsteen. And every story was about how like Springsteen showed up 3 hours early and set the hall up for everyone. And then afterwards, he mopped the floor and helped the drunk guy get home.
That was a great show. You remember?
And then at the very end, aliens show up and Bruce Springsteen goes over and talks them out of not killing everybody. It's the stupidest sketch, but it's so fucking funny.
It's funny though. Anything he did, anything with. Remember later on, he does a thing with Tom Cruise. He's Tom Cruise's body double.
And they do a Broadway show.
It's perfect. Speaking of perfect, how about these songs? Okay, the Eagles.
Sean, we avoided you too.
Totally.
Okay. For the Eagles, is it Hotel California or Take It Easy?
Oh shit! When you said Hotel California, I was like, definitely. And then you said Take It Easy. I was like, oh, that's a tough one because everybody knows that everybody knows Take It Easy. The Hotel California was like that was probably the big hit, right?
I think it's their biggest.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think musically Take It Easy is better. But if you're going to go signature song, everybody knows Hotel California. I mean, they open restaurants all over the country, hotels called Hotel California, you know.
And
I feel like it's...
Yeah, it's like they're almost like two different songs from two different bands. And it really is because I think at that point, the guy Leighton, who had that, who was with them with Fry and Henley in Linda Ronstadt's band. He's still in the band. That's like that first big hit, and he leaves, and they bring in at this point now Don Felder, who wrote most of the music on the album, and him and Walsh do that great guitar solo together. And I think this is the last album with Randy Meisner, and they bring in Timothy B. Schmidt for the long run. So I don't know, man. I guess Hotel California, but Take It Easy is just right on its heels. What say you, Sean?
I prefer Take It Easy, but I am going with Hotel California.
Yeah.
Again, Mark, I agree with that. I think musically it's just a better song. It's a little more upbeat. It's not about fucking dropping dead of heroin. You know what I mean? It's just, kind of chill and let's just have some fun. Take it easy. Let's not fucking die in a hotel somewhere.
Which ironically, the dude hates the fucking Eagles, man. And that should be his theme song. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, dude.
All right.
Take it
so
easy.
the aforementioned Bon Jovi. Would you say the song is Living on a Prayer or You Give Love a Bad Name?
Living on a Prayer.
But remember, You Give Love a Bad Name has like that voice box thing. That that Peter Frampton thing. And everybody likes that.
They do.
Actually, Living on a Prayer has that dopey.
What about which one's the I'm a Cowboy?
Wanted Dead or Alive is
I hate that song.
You know what I
Because
hate
every
though?
time they do the wanted, the entire audience just goes, wanted!
This is one thing I've started to hate in my adulthood now. Is the fact that whenever I hear him say I'm a cowboy, and then I realize that I live in the town that he grew up in.
Yeah, you're not
and
a cowboy.
I'm like, you're the furthest fucking thing from a cowboy, dude. You grew up 9 blocks away from me. Shut
you
up.
bought your cowboy hat at Buc-ee's.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Richie got his at Target.
In the girls section.
Yeah, fuck him.
Because he has that little...
Yeah, he had it a little extra lower because he's an outlaw.
He's an outlaw. And the steel horse he rides.
Yeah, the steel horse is a motorcycle. You know that, right?
I heard.
Yeah,
I've heard.
That. Thanks, Jeff. I didn't get that.
I thought it was the little thing in front of the grocery store when you put the quarter in.
I thought considering both of them was a Sibian machine.
Yeah, fucking Howard Stern 1997 reference. That's great. Way to keep it current.
Sean is so over it. Sean is so over it. He's like...
Remember they used to play at a place in New Jersey called Club Benet?
The South End Boys, down a block from me.
Yeah, Bon Jovi used to play there.
Yeah, they played down the block from where I live by Starland. They used to play at Hunka Bunkas in Sayreville too.
I saw him there.
I actually like Bon Jovi a lot. I mean, I was,
too.
Pissing on him a little, but it's just because he's good looking, and I fucking hate good looking people.
Well, now he looks like a grandmother. Stop it.
Well, yeah, but so does everybody. You know what I mean? It's. Go ahead.
Well, did you ever see the video? I'm sure maybe you. I know you probably have. There was when everyone was putting together like these charity albums and songs. There was a video for something called Hearing Aid.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what's Hearing Aid?
Any way you can find the Hearing Aid video and pull it up? Okay.
Is it the hair metal?
Yes.
Group?
Yeah. It's like
I do know what you're talking about.
Endless guitar solos and over the top singing. But if you look at everyone's hair, they're starting to age, and there's light, and the light is going through their hair. And you see into their scalp because their hair is like grandmother hair is like all thin. Yeah, they're all puffed out. But when light goes through it, you can get down into this. Oh, it's so bad.
It's so hard to age gracefully as like a rock star. If you actually live the lifestyle that they portray, it's next to impossible to age well unless you're who? Keith Richards obviously looks cooler now than he did in the 60s.
I think Duff from Guns N' Roses aged great.
Tom Kiefer still looks cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's just
cool. A lot of these guys, and then people make fun. They're like, Axl Rose looks like the Quaker Oats guy, and it's like, well, yeah, because 30 years ago he was hot. The difference between my newborn baby picture and my 30-year-old picture, that big of a difference? There's a big difference. So, allow people to age. Oh, here we come.
Oh, here we go. Stars, the record. We're stars. Hearing Aid. All right.
All right, wait, before we even hit play, Jeffrey Paul, if you name, Sean, let's pick a number. He has to name 7 people.
He
right?
knows every fucking person in this video. He's a loser. He's an 80s loser. He's gonna fucking name. He's gonna pinpoint down, and he's gonna say which album they played on the fucking White Snake record. Shut up and play the fucking video. That's fucking dope.
Just passed away.
I know. He really was good though.
Whose guitar is that, Jeff?
There's a lot of them.
That's Dio, but he's real close to the camera because he's so little.
What's the hair? You can hold that hair. What outfit? Did you see Kevin DeBrow there, and you had the guy from Final Tap? You know John? That's the guy from Y&T.
Jim David?
Kevin DeBrow.
This is the worst song ever recorded.
Eric Bloom from Blue Oyster Cult. That's eight. No, I think Blackie Lawless.
There's Jim David.
This is nice.
Not a great dental plan
No.
in the heavy metal field. Was that the actual guy from Dokken, or was that Spinal Tap?
No, you have George Lynch. Oh, that's AJ Piero. Not AJ Piero. Randy Ojeda. Eddie Ojeda from. Ingve is in this. That's Eddie Ojeda from Twisted Sister.
That's Mitch Vatel's boy.
Now, okay, so we are at like about 2-3 minutes into the song. For the next 7 minutes, it's just a guitar solo. Adam, you can cut this. Greg Gillis.
Mark, I think I cut you off, and I think what you were saying before is what the over under was of how many people Jeff can name. We knew he knew the whole thing. Here's the real question: looking at that video, how many of those outfits did Jeff own?
Oh.
Because you know that there was some sort of like rock club in Staten Island that he would saunter in with a fucking linen suit, fucking hiked up like freaking Don Johnson all the way up to his elbows, right?
It was a factory I went to. I went to the Rock Palace.
Yeah, Jeff, how many seersucker sleeveless suits did you own?
You know what I used to do? Oh, Sean, you're going to hate this. I used to be the guy.
I guarantee it, yes.
Like, I had like multiple colored bandanas, and I would tie them like on my leg, and I would tie them on my arms.
You should have tied it around your neck.
Was Bruce Dickinson in that?
Oh shit! I used to go out like that. I would sometimes wear like do you remember Jocko? That guy, you remember the Australian guy Jocko?
No.
Christ,
I gotta look him up now.
This was my go-to shirt. He was the guy who would go oi in all the commercials. Okay, I had a Jocko shirt with the sleeves cut off. Okay, I'd wear
Jocko Willnick.
He had like platinum blonde hair. Okay, and I would wear this shirt. You know, I'd wear or a skull shirt again, sleeves cut off with the bandanas around my leg, a suit jacket on. And very light blue dungarees.
I don't know how you actually worked because you must have been batting the pussy away with that fucking outfit. You know what I mean?
That was only to the black tie affairs.
Oh man,
that's a good question. Did you ever have the shirt, the tuxedo shirt like not a tuxedo shirt, but like
No,
a T-shirt that
no,
had the
it's terrible.
tuxedo printed up? No,
I never had that. I never had that. I wore rock T-shirts. I wore my Jocko shirt. I would wear the skull shirt, just a skull. Okay, I would cut off the sleeves. I wore a denim. Of course. In the spring, I wore a denim jacket with a cross on the back that said Black Sabbath. No other band, just Black Sabbath. But I would I always rolled the sleeves up.
Yeah.
And now there was a time, and I had pictures. I got to find them where I would wear headbands.
Please tell me you did it where you folded it so it was just real big.
No, it was like.
And then do this with your hair.
It was more like Olivia Newton-John in friggin' in Physical.
It really was. It was one of those headband. And then what I would do, I'd put my hair in front of it so you would just see the band. My hair was like in front, and my hair was down to my shoulders.
So when you wore your hat backwards, did you flip your bangs out of the little?
No hat.
No hat.
It was all about the hair. My hair was out there.
What would Jeffrey Paul wear to a wedding? You have a big important wedding to go to, and we're talking.
I have a picture of that too.
At your most hideous.
I see a bolo tie.
I did have a bolo tie. I did go through that in the 90s. Of course you did. That's when I cut my hair
with a turquoise stone.
I frosted the top. Kind of like the way George Lynch had his hair frosted, but I frosted it like on the top. So it wouldn't just be in the front, it'd be like through. The sides were still regular color, but the top was frosted blonde.
So I want to just go on record and say that, I think most people do know that, when me and you banter back and forth, there's no real malice. Like we are really like very close friends. Fun. But if I knew you back then, I would fucking kill you. I would fucking
But what's hilarious, I picture you, Sean, as the horrible other version. Jenko jeans and a big baggy hockey jersey, listening to Limp Bizkit.
No. Well, yeah, my clothes were fucking as big as they made them back then too. But I didn't really have a style.
Shirt, his big baggy jeans. Chains.
I didn't have a style. For a while though. I bought a FUBU jersey until my friend told me what it meant, and then I never wore it again. I really had no idea what it actually meant. I just thought it was cool, so I bought that. I didn't really have a style like that though, like a designated style like Jet. All right, so here's the other question: when you had the dress-up shirts, right? Did you have like the one that had like the real close knit, close tied collar with the little tiny little dot stud? Instead of like the tie.
Instead of a tie, and
you got those at Chess King.
Chess King.
Not only I worked at Chess King, so I can get those kind of clothes at like a discount.
Some nice maroon pleated pants.
Here's the funny thing, Jeff. I can't make fun of you because as a chubby large boy of the age of 12 and 13, there were not many cool places for me to shop. So there are many a picture of me in a matching shirt and short set from Chess King.
You were at the Steve Harvey section.
Yeah,
bright green.
Didn't want to go to the portly section in David Burr, so I went to the regular man section in Chess King at 12. That's great for the old fucking stuff.
And whatever fit you, that's what you bought.
Yep.
And Riccadonna, like he's sitting there making fun of us. He probably dressed like a jock. I could see him.
I did.
Knew who he was? He was Emilio Estevez in A Breakfast.
I thought I was Patrick Swayze in the what's that movie? The Socias and the Greasers.
Oh,
I thought I was Patrick Swayze, but inside I was Pony Boy.
What store is this? Oh, that's Chess King.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at that checkered shit in the background.
Oh
I can see Sean.
Something like that.
Sean, you had that red and blue shirt. You had that red and blue shirt.
Green and black. Like no man should ever wear that. Number one, let alone a 12-year-old fucking fat kid with a mullet. You know what I mean? Like that's the last person who should wear with big Coke bottle glasses. Look like a fat lesbian. Oh, it was fantastic.
What years were you high school? What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 94.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I know you're the. I'm aware. How about you, Jeff?
80, sure.
So Jeff is like my cousins, and Sean, you were like my older brother's age.
Did either of you guys ever wear the shirts? Like I had this shirt too, like lots of zippers on it.
Never did that. No.
Like zippers? No?
I did everything I could to not stand out.
I went out like to a new wave club, like in the mid 80s, like to try and meet girls. I would wear like this shirt with the zippers.
No, Jeff, I was wearing underoos at that point, buddy.
All right. Next band.
I want to continue talking about Jeff's high school days.
Leonard Skinner. Is it Freebird or Sweet Home Alabama?
It's Sweet Home Alabama, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Freebird, the whole Freebird thing was a joke. It was when they played Freebird, that's when everybody had to go to the bathroom. So when other bands would be playing, they'd go, play Freebird, because they'd have to go piss. The song that they didn't care if they missed it. So it's Sweet Home Alabama.
100%. 100%.
Okay. Wow. You don't think Freebird's more associated with Skinner?
But not for a good reason. I think Sweet Home Alabama. It's another one. You hear that opening riff. Everybody goes, ah.
Yep. Turn
Skinner
it up.
John.
But what about the way Freebird closes?
What?
Great guitar solo.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for Adam Sandler to wave to a bunch of dead people in the sky. Wasn't that Freebird? They were playing Freebird, and he looks up in the sky, and Chubbs and the alligator and Grandma are up in the clouds.
Were they playing? I don't think they're playing Freebird.
I think it was Freebird.
They're playing Freebird? I don't think so.
Yeah, Adam Sandler got a good music taste.
He does, but I don't think it's that. All right, AC/DC. Is it Shook Me All Night Long or Highway to Hell?
Highway to Hell.
Of the band, but what do we think here?
Well, I'm going Highway to Hell because
Most covered song live.
Well, and it's AC/DC is like Shook Me All Night Long was like a song for the ladies. Like Highway to Hell's for the fellas.
That's why I picked You Shook Me All Night Long, because your fucking girlfriend knows it, your mother knows it, your grandmother knows it. It's at every wedding. It's at every goddamn wedding. It's on every top 25 rock playlist of all fucking time. It's so dumb.
Anytime you ever went to a roller skating rink, that one came on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like on a Jock Jams mixtape. You know what I mean?
If you went to a wedding, would they play Highway to Hell or would they play Shook Me All Night Long?
It depends how horrible the bride is.
Should play Creeping Death.
No, but if the bride's like a awful woman, yeah, it's the Highway to Hell.
Guns N' Roses.
He looked off to the side. I feel like somebody has a gun to Jeff's head.
I got so many on this list. I got to get through them. Guns N' Roses. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say on these. You surprised me on a lot already. Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the Jungle or Sweet Child O' Mine?
Personal choice, Sweet Child of Mine. I think popularity.
That it was a circus song.
What is it?
He said it was a circus song. He didn't like the beginning. It was stupid. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. I mean, Welcome to the Jungle is, I think, the song everybody knows.
Great open. You talk about great openings. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You hear that? You want to fight.
As the resident Guns N' Roses expert on the show. As
aficionado.
Yes, I am the aficionado. It is neither of the two, Jeffrey.
Let me think.
Even though Welcome to the Jungle was on Dirty Harry 5.
Oh, that's great. It was Jim Carrey, right? that scene.
They're big. I think that their most recognizable.
It's not Dirty Harry. It's Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yes.
Their most recognizable song, I believe, is Paradise City.
I knew you were going to say that.
And let me tell you, I'm not a Paradise City fan. I'm not a Paradise City fan on that first side. It's my least favorite song on the first side, but I think it's their most recognizable song.
I kind of disagree. I think it's man.
Yeah, that's a good call. Shit, I don't even know, and I love all of them.
You could pick all three of them. It's so tough. Man, gun to my head, I'm probably going Welcome to the Jungle. It's my first instinct, but you can make an argument for any of these songs.
Yep.
Black Sabbath, would it be Iron Man or Paranoid or another one?
It's Iron Man. I feel like even as a little kid, it was in video games. It was on everything. Just that opening. I am Iron Man. Yeah, there's a remote control race car game at an arcade, and they played it.
What do you think, Sean?
I'm going with Paranoid. I think it's their
great song.
Out of those two, I'd have to say though, I would say Paranoid.
Is there another one that we're missing?
I don't think so. War Pigs, maybe.
I was thinking War Pigs too, and that's been on like a lot of like retro commercials lately.
Yeah,
and different versions of it.
I think the two you picked are the two better ones.
Okay, Kiss. Now you would think one of them is kind of a slam dunk until I give you the other one. Then you're like, it makes you think. Okay, Kiss.
I was made for loving you, baby.
No, not their disco song, the big disco song. Is it Detroit Rock City or Rock and Roll All Night?
Oh, see, I was thinking Rock and Roll All Night was going to be the softball.
That's what you would think, but I think when you think Detroit Rock City, it's everybody knows it. It's how they open up all their shows. Still,
they made a movie named after it.
Movie named after me, right? I mean, I think
underrated movie.
I you know what? I don't really remember this movie. I remember seeing scenes of it. It just seemed like very, very annoying. But what do you think, Sean?
Hey, let's go back to that wedding that I was at before where they played You Shook Me All Night Long from AC/DC. That DJ goes right into fucking Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. That's the song. Again, it's everybody knows it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But man, I think Detroit Rock City. I think you're right. But again, I think it's closer than people think.
I think so too. Yeah. I think so too, but it's a no-brainer.
This one also may be a no-brainer, but again, I think when you stop and think about it, this could be also a little closer. Journey, Don't Stop Believing or Faithfully?
I think it's Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, how would you put faithfully? You could have put any way you want it.
I just thought Stone Love would have even been ahead of that.
Stone and Love, it's not on this list.
Separate Ways.
Separate Ways is a great
That's
one. With a really bad video. Adam, please bring up Separate Ways video.
Is that the
it's right
keyboard video?
Yeah, and it's right at the.
It's so bad.
Take it from the chorus. Try and get it from like the first chorus. You don't need the whole beginning. Right, the chorus is where the cheese kicks in because I know this fucking video.
Just to begin, just his clothes, his fucking lack of muscles on his arms, and what's his name? Beavis and Butthead roasted this. And the funniest thing is when they show Steve Perry, he goes, "Who is that? Keith Partridge?" It's so funny, but oh man, you can't get enough of how bad this video is. I don't know how "Rock Me Tonight" ruined Billy Squier, but Separate Ways video wasn't ruined by this
because it was about 4 years too late. Separate Ways came out in like 81, 82, and the video wasn't super big. And Billy Squires came out in 86, 87, 88, when it was the biggest it ever was.
MTV made everybody. Oh, here we go. Look at that high heel walk.
Yeah, she walks with purpose.
It's like Jeff on
she
Thursdays.
Means it.
Look at his arms. Look at his fucking
Joe Matarese.
Where's she going? Who thought this was a good idea?
This is that Astoria?
Red Hook.
Is this every kid in junior high school and no one's watching?
Does he weigh 115?
I like the guy with the mustache to the right. Like, he knows this is bullshit.
He's like 5 years older than everybody else.
Oh, I hope my dad doesn't find out about this shit.
Why? Why is that's a porn mustache?
You had that mustache, didn't you?
I did. Sean, I'm going to show you a picture. I think I've brought it on the show before. I had Twisted Sister in my record store, and I had kind of longer hair, but I had that little mustache.
Ugh.
That little like little Weasley mustache that James Woods had in Casino. And I'm wearing in the shirt. I'm in the picture. I have this open shirt with like a record medallion hanging from my chest.
Dude, that keyboard player, have you seen him like this last tour?
Yeah, that's Jonathan Cain. He used to be in the Babies.
So he comes out, right? He comes out on stage. We're in Philly, and I hit Angie, and I was just like, "Fucking Neil Diamond's here."
And now
he looks exactly like Neil Diamond.
Get out of here, Jonathan Cain.
Oh yeah, pull up a picture of Journey right now.
Adam, can you find a picture of Journey right now? See, Adam's the fucking best man with this stuff. And so while we're doing that, let me throw up another one here, and this may be pretty easy as well. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, or Come As You Are.
It Smells Like Teen Spirit. It changed music. When that song came out, every 80s band went, shit, it's over.
Changed my life.
So there's nothing other like that Nirvana has that would like be more identifiable than
No.
I thought so too. I just wanted to throw Nirvana on this list. How about The Clash? Should I Stay or Should I Go? Or Rock the Casbah? We're not talking best song that they have, because they have a million songs better than both of them. But we're talking about songs that would transcend the band and like people would know.
Wait, would you?
Should I Stay or Should I Go? Or Rock the
That's
Casbah?
probably that was their bigger hit, because then it even had a comeback with Stranger Things. Like, I feel like
you think Should I Stay or Should I Go is a bigger hit than Rock the Casbah?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Wow.
I'm going back to the wedding again.
I don't think so. I think if you're going back to the wedding, I think you're going Rock the Casbah.
You're not hearing Rock the Casbah at a fucking wedding after AC/DC and Bon Jovi.
You play that song.
Do you?
You do. Where's John?
He's over all the way to the left.
He's wearing a Bolton. Yeah. Oh my God. They did not age good. Look at Neil Schon. Holy shit.
God,
like
see, Perry turned Asian.
Wow. They look like shit.
He looks like Alice from the show Alice.
He looks like an old lesbian.
He looks like if the Artful Dodger would have gotten into his 60s. Oliver reference.
He even came out, though. He came out in a white sequin tuxedo jacket, and his hair was all fluffed up, and I was like, Neil Diamond's here. Like, Neil Diamond's going to do a song with Journey. That's crazy.
Who was that? Was that Vince Vaughn at the end? Is he in the band now? All right. Is he pulling up the picture again? What is that?
Look at him.
Oh, God. Did he age horribly?
Dude, he looks just like Neil Diamond.
Wow.
I like how the little Filipino singer for like 25 years looked young, and now he just looks like he works at a dry cleaner.
Holy shit.
Yeah, time to hang it up.
Yeah. Wow, that's a brutal picture.
Yeah,
Well, and then
that's pretty bad. The only thing worse instead of like holding his hands out like that is if he was holding like a hammer and he was biting on the hammer instead. Like that would be worse. But otherwise,
I think people would enjoy that. I think they would think that guy was kind of funny and kooky, and they would. They would.
Yeah, and in complete reality, the only thing he could do worse is if he was holding a marionette puppet. Actually, I would respect that. I would be like,
and the thing is, they all look like they could use a tan.
When you look at these guys from Journey, it kind of looks like when you go on the road, like, and you're playing some really like fucking bad club in like Maine, and you've never heard of the headliner, and like, but the headshot is like 35 years old, and then they walk in looking like this.
You know who Jonathan Cain looks like?
who's that?
He looks like the Wid.
Oh my God.
Oh,
doesn't he?
Oh my God.
Did I tell you
If the Wid and Kevin Downey Jr.
Yes. Kevin Downey Jr. would love to look like Jonathan Cain right now.
Jesus Christ.
He would love that.
That's so funny. Does Jonathan Cain have a 14-year-old girlfriend too?
That Filipino singer.
I don't know, but let me get
No, he's married to like a real housewife.
The Doors, fellas, The Doors.
Oh,
is it
Doors.
Light My Fire or Riders on the Storm?
Light My Fire is probably the most famous song, even though there's like 15 songs I like more than it. But Light My Fire is like...
I think I'm going to go with something different. I think I'm going to go with Break On Through.
Ooh.
That's a good one too, man. I thought there was another one that I was missing. That could be it.
Touch Me is a good one, but that's not as commercially big as the other two.
My Fire is probably the big Doors song. Did it on the Ed Sullivan Show.
How was it live? Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it, Sean.
Oh.
I didn't.
Didn't they open for Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper now opens for them. Do you remember when the guy from the Cult, Ian Asbury, joined the Doors?
He was so good.
Yeah,
he was
perfect.
So good. Oh my God, unbelievable
Van
feeling.
Halen, Jump or Panama?
Panama's the way more fun song, but Jump was their big hit, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's that big.
I feel like Panama's like a whole show of its own. You know, at some point, David Lee Roth just starts talking, and
I'm not a big fan of either one of them.
I love Panama. I remember my favorite all-time Van Halen song.
Are you kidding? You like it better than Running with the Devil or Ain't Talking About Love or Mean Streets? Really?
Yeah, because the first time I ever performed on stage with any way was in my first high school band. And that was one of the 4 songs that we played was Panama. So it always stuck into my brain. Panama, Three Little Pigs by Green Jelly.
Oh my
Rockin' in the Free World by Neil Young, and Cats in the Cradle by Ugly Kid Joe.
Well,
oh my God.
Ugly Kid Joe.
And then the other band, then we did Spirit of the Radio by Rush, and there was another one too.
Weren't you the singer?
Yeah.
You sang Spirit in the Radio?
No, that one I played. I think I played bass on that. I didn't sing Spirit of the Radio because it was a kid who wanted to sing it, and we all learned the music, and he bailed at the end. Something to that effect.
That's a hard song to sing. You got to sing really high on that one.
Yeah, I don't do that.
The first time I saw David Lee Roth live was out at Asbury with the rotating stage. You know, it spins around or whatever. Mm-hmm. Not Asbury. It's out in Long Island.
Nassau.
Westbury.
Yeah, Westbury.
Westbury. He played Westbury?
Yeah, it was with the David Lee Roth band. The stage starts spinning. They do that part where he starts talking. He does about 15 minutes of stand-up while they're playing the do-do-do-do-do-do. He's like, hey, look at this guy. Hey, it's a Jericho dropout. He starts doing crowd work. He's making fun of people.
You He's great, man. He is a great entertainer.
Oh,
He may not be able to sing like Sammy, but he is fun to watch.
Horrible radio DJ, though. You got to admit that.
Terrible. He was terrible.
I liked it, but I liked it for how bad it was, though. Like,
all right, Led Zeppelin. Is it Stairway to Heaven or Kashmir?
probably Kashmir, even though everybody knows Stairway to Heaven. I feel like it's another one, man. You just play that riffs with the guitar. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Stairway. They're both great. Have great openings too.
Yeah, but they didn't ban Kashmir at Guitar Center from being played in the playing room.
According to Wayne's World, yes. What do you say?
Another
Sean?
one. I'm going off the two. I'm not taking either one.
Wow, what do we got?
Love.
That's a good one too.
That is
Again,
a good one.
if you want to talk about riff, you start off.
But is anything bigger than Stairway to Heaven? Like any song, really?
From them, again, you gotta take songs like Stairway to Heaven and Bohemian Rhapsody, songs like that. You gotta take them out of the artist's catalog, I think, at some point, because they're on different levels of anything else. You know what I mean? So like when you talk about Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, and you got, Thriller, whatever the fuck you want to say, these monstrous opus songs got to be removed from the artist's catalog when you're talking about the greatest, because they become the universes at some point. They're not like, they don't belong to the artist anymore.
Okay, so I got a couple of solo artists here. Do we have Eric Clapton? Is it Wonderful Tonight or I Shot the Sheriff?
Oh, Jesus.
Neither. Layla.
Yeah, what's
Layla is Cream. It's Cream. It's not Eric Clapton solo.
Oh.
Acoustic.
I was thinking. Right now, there's a big fight going on in the Ranger game that the goalie is even fighting.
Oh.
Because that's going to mean a lot when this podcast comes out in 9 fucking weeks.
I just want people to know that this in 9 weeks it'll be the start of baseball season.
He was talking about the Texas Rangers
too, Jeff. I mean, I Shot the Sheriff. I don't think would be in that. Should be in that.
So what would be the other Clapton song? Would be Pretending?
Man,
God, that's tough, man. Oh,
Tears in Heaven.
Tears in Heaven. I knew I'd figure that. Yeah, now that's a solo Clapton. Okay, so Wonderful Tonight or Tears in Heaven?
I think you go Tears in Heaven with that, for those two.
What do you say, Riccadonna? By the way, Riccadonna, your hair looks good.
Thank you.
Very good.
It's I got I think it's because I just put in my new fire thing, and the air is so dry that my hair's straight.
We got an insert in there.
What's that?
We got an insert in your fireplace.
Yeah, it's stove.
Look.
Little stove on that, but everything's dry, so my hair's straight. Usually, I have like the afro.
What are you picking? Wonderful Tonight, I Shot the Sheriff, or Tears in Heaven?
Go Tears in Heaven.
Wow. See, it's always,
I feel like
your first instinct.
Right. I feel like even though the other songs were way earlier, so like everybody knows them forever, that song was such a hit. I remember being a kid, it was on the radio every 5 minutes.
2 seconds.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. And you got
what are you guys going with?
Oh,
That's what I picked.
Man, I don't know. It's so close. Wonderful Tonight is a lot of people's wedding songs. One of my best friends, his wedding song, even though he got divorced. I don't know. Let's go Alice Cooper. School's Out or 18?
School's Out is the bigger hit. I definitely think School's Out.
I'm going
I love
either
18.
again.
What are we doing?
Again. I'm gonna go.
Poison?
I'm going Poison. Yeah, 100%.
100%. That's my favorite.
Poison bigger than School's Out. See, School's Out every June.
100%.
But 18, man, it's always going to be around because 18 used to be the big age, no longer. Now it's 21. But 18 meant you can go to the army, meant you can drink, you can drive your car.
Well, you're getting out of high school, you're going solo, you're getting on your own. You're supposed to be leaving the nest at that time, unless you're Italian. Then you move to the base.
And then he wrote that like in the early 70s too.
That's a very raw song. It's like raw.
I'm 18. Yeah. It's a great song. Yeah, that's a real song.
But if you play Schools Out, everybody's like Alice Cooper. Like even people who don't like edgy music is like, yes, Alice Cooper, Schools Out.
I think if I had to pick out of the two, I would probably say School's Out then.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too. Mark convinced me. All right. One of Sean's favorites, Elvis Costello. What's so funny about Peace, Love, and Understanding or Oliver's Army?
I don't know either one of those fucking songs, so I'm going to bow out of that
one. What's the one? Doesn't he sing? No, I'm thinking Todd Rundgren. What are some of his big hits?
Elvis Costello?
Yeah, he wrote Veronica.
Veronica or Every Day I Write the Book.
Great song, better song, but which is but you don't think what's so funny about Peace, Love, and Understanding is a bigger song?
I don't know the song.
What's so funny about Peace, Love, and Understanding?
I still don't know the song.
Is this horrible? Every time I think a song that I think is a better Elvis Costello song, I think of Joe Jackson.
I think Joe Jackson is very underrated.
100%.
I love Joe Jackson. Shit.
Okay, so let's pass.
Did you watch that Yacht Rock documentary that was on?
No, but everybody's talking about it.
Sean,
it's really good.
Adam backs you up, Sean, on this one and says Veronica.
Veronica, yeah. This Yacht Rock doc is seriously good, man. Really, really good. I mean, another one I didn't realize was such a monster was Christopher Cross. Like I didn't realize how big he was for like a 2 or 3 year span.
Sure, he won Artist of the Year.
Well, I was a little. I'm not being a dick, but like I was a little young when it was artist. I wouldn't have known. I caught him obviously a lot later on in life. I was probably like 5 or 6.
It's Elvis Costello. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man.
Joe Jackson.
Again, all right. So I'm just going to go. The best Elvis Costello song is Joe Jackson. Every song I think of is Joe Jackson.
There you go. Okay. Well, this one's a little easier then. Billy Joel. We Didn't Start the Fire or Piano Man. Which is he more identified with?
Yeah. If you talk to anybody who's ever played piano on a cruise ship, they will tell you if you request Piano Man, they hate you the rest of the ship ride. They have to play it once a night, every hour. They have to play Piano Man. Piano Man is a song that is so overplayed that
100%.
It's that. And I would say that in second place would be like Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
Hate that song. Yep.
Yeah,
but they're just overplayed. They're just like Uptown Girl's my favorite of his music, but I like it because I was a little kid and they would come on.
Wait, why are you making a face? That's a good song.
What song is an underrated song of his? A Matter of Trust.
Oh, or for one of his worst albums.
Yeah, that is such a bad fucking song. That's a rocking song too for him,
That's a very good song.
Now, was that what? When was that? What album was that?
The Bridge.
The Bridge. That's when he still looked like Wee Man.
It's a terrible album, but yeah.
Yeah. That's right after Stormfront, right? Or before Stormfront.
No, that was right. I think that was right before Stormfront.
Before Stormfront, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about Downey's Easter Alexa? Good song?
Ugh.
No, you don't like it?
Ugh.
Really? That bad?
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's not horrible. It's a very good song.
I'm singing about a fictitious fucking boat named after my dumb daughter. No, I don't want to hear that.
Allentown?
No.
Allentown's a fun song.
I think I've said this story on the show before, but I'll say it again.
What's from Allentown?
I'm not going to hold it against him.
Who's from Allentown?
Mark Riccadonna is from Allentown. He does a joke
from Youngstown. Yes. Well, that's it. I have the joke. Every time somebody's like, "You're from Youngstown," Billy Joel does that song about it. Like,
yeah, you see.
No, it's actually Bruce Springsteen that does a song called Youngstown.
Bruce Springsteen didn't write that either.
Yeah, he did.
That's good shit.
But yeah, Allentown, that song like ruined my early 20s because every time somebody's like, "Oh, you're from Youngstown, Billy Joel, huh?"
That's actually funny. It's actually funny. Sean, what was your story? Tell your story.
8th grade, we had to do some sort of assignment, and the teacher said to us, "Come up with an assignment for everybody." So I said, "There's this song that's called 'We Didn't Start the Fire,' and it's got all different, and I played the song, and I said we can all just get something out of the song, and we can do our reports on that." And the teacher was like, "Wow, that's really great. That's a great idea." So I'm thinking, what?
A really young, deep Sean Morton.
So that was my idea. I'm like, all right. So now I'm saying to myself, all right, this is good, right? Maybe I'll get like MTV or, like something, Joe DiMaggio, what, like all these things. It's like they're running off all the names, and then it's like everybody's getting all this cool
in the song.
Joe McCartney, Richard Nixon, Studebaker Television, North Korea, South Korea.
Joe DiMaggio.
Yes, in the beginning. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red Giant.
It's not Mickey Mantle?
South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio. Oh, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker Television, North Korea, South Korea, What?
How the hell do you know the words to that?
Yeah, really?
Even if I had the words in front of me, I wouldn't be able to know it.
Definitely.
I'm a little bit of a savant. So anyway, they get
yeah,
a little bit. So they everybody's getting all this cool shit, and they go, and for Sean who gave us the assignment, and I'm like, all right, here we go, and I got Dien Bien Phu Falls.
Bien Phu.
That's what I got from my fucking assignment.
Did you go out of the box?
The Filipino girl next to me got Joe DiMaggio.
Right.
But I got Dien Bien Phu Falls.
The good news is Sean wrote a whole report about Miss Saigon and Madame Butterfly, so it worked out.
Love that play. I do. Okay, two more. Two more.
Yeah, come on, we're on fucking hour 7, Jeff. Let's go.
I know that's why I'm trying to move fast on it.
I can't help it. We start talking. I get so excited.
You and Adam got to stop interrupting. Okay, here we go. Johnny Cash, Walk the Line or Ring of Fire?
Walk the Line. They named the movie after it. His biopic is named after it. His biography, his book's named after it.
Yeah, Ring of Fire, though, man. Do more people know the song "Walk the Line" or "Ring of Fire"? More covers of "Ring the Fire." Ring the Fire, Ring of Fire.
It's Folsom Prison Blues.
Is that more identifiable than "Walk the Line"?
Yeah. First,
Shot a man in Reno.
Line. Just go by the first line. I hear that train a coming. You know right away it's Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I love that.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. No one thinks about that.
But no one knows the name of that song. Everyone knows "I'll Walk the Line." I walk the line.
I mean, if we're going on signature, I'm saying it's "Walk the Line" because everything's named after that. Better song, Sean. You're right.
He is kind of right that people do know. I hear the train roll. Yeah, that is really big. That's a great opening line. It's probably bigger than you probably know that opening line more than you do "Walk the Line."
Yeah.
That's a tough.
See, you know why? Because you don't even know the opening line.
I bet Sean does.
I already said it. I said it a fucking minute ago. You didn't even fucking listen to me. Wrap this shit up. Come on.
All right,
When did you say walk the line? When did you say the opening line to walk the line?
I just said I said before. I said when you're listening to a song, what's the first line? You notice I hear that train a coming, it's scrolling around the bend. Do you notice that, or do you say I keep a close watch on this heart of mine? You're hanging around Jeff too much, Riccadonna, because me and you were fine until about 4 minutes ago, and now you're trailing off to the fucking dark side.
Listen, if I didn't take a bunch of THC drops before we came on, I would have remembered.
What have I been doing all night?
Last one.
But that makes you smarter. That's not fair.
Last one. Elton John, Tiny Dancer, or Candle in the Wind?
Oh. I mean, Candle in the Wind got rewritten for a second person's death.
That's right.
That's pretty crazy to be like, hey, we got to change this song now.
It's a big, iconic song, but Tiny Dancer, it has really been in a lot of, it was a big part of WKRP in Cincinnati. A lot of people do it at karaoke, I think more than Candle in the Wind.
Candle in the Wind's like a national fucking anthem in England now.
I'm going to go back to something I said before, though. I think Tiny Dancer is one of those songs like a Bohemian Rhapsody and a Stairway to Heaven.
It's in its own.
It's in its own. I think it's in its own league. Like everybody in the world knows that song. Almost famous,
Okay, would I have been better off picking your song?
It's a great song.
No, that's a great song. Even though we got his first draft.
You can pick any of like 10 Elton John songs, and any two of the ones that you picked would have been fine.
I mean, the guy wrote hits. That's like, well, it wasn't even hit.
Everybody knows how amazing he is, but I think people aren't going to really recognize how amazing he is until he dies, and all these tributes start coming out, because he is truly one of the greatest we've ever seen.
They made a movie about him.
Well, yeah, I saw the movie. It was at the premiere.
Yeah, but how many more tributes do you want? What do you want?
No, what I'm saying is, like, he's going to go. Anyway, Mark, what are your social handles, Mark?
Thank you.
We went to see the Elton John movie. I was on tour with Tom Cotter, and I met up with my dad. And I go, let's go see this movie. It just came out. We went and see it. Cotter shows up right after we're walking out of the movie theater, and Cotter walks over with Mitch Tatel. It was the three of us.
Oh, wow.
And then he walked over, and neither of them have met my father yet. My dad's really funny, and a lot of comedians love him because he just always has a joke. And they sit there like, how's the movie? He goes, I don't want to give it away, but he's gay. He said it's so dry, so matter of fact. And both Mitch Tatel and Tom Cotter went.
Oh, that's great.
Where can people find you, Mark?
You can find me at Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling, or at Mark Riccadonna on all the socials. I try to clip daily. I've been clipping stuff from our appearances on this show.
I saw it's been getting some good views. You're doing a web series, am I right?
Yes. So, there's two different things. We did a thing called Checked Out, which is a sketch of two guys that work in a convenience store by the UN and constantly have interactions with miscommunications. It's pretty fun. But then I also doing this thing called Unsuited, which is about poker. And Dan Lauria's in it. And I did a scene with Tom Arnold. And there's a couple other semi-notable folks that are jumping in and doing
that's
stuff.
That's father from the Wonder Years.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I saw him on Broadway, and he played Vince Lombardi. And oh my God, he was Vince Lombardi. He was perfect.
Yeah,
that's a great casting right there.
That it was. I got to meet him a few years ago, and we talked about that. He's a huge football guy, great guy. That must have been a good experience for you.
So I had 3 days on set with them, and it was like I couldn't wait to get back to the green room holding area just to sit and hear him tell stories. And what blew my mind, what really kind of messed with me with him, is his best friend is Lewis Black. So he loves stand-up comedy, loves it. So the second he found out I was a comic, he sat down and he wanted to hear stories from me. And I was like, dude, I don't got shit. Like, you were a Marine, you were a famous TV shows, you've been on Broadway several times. Like, I want to hear your stories.
No,
And
it
he's like,
reminds me when I was hanging out with Al Pacino. I did The Irishman. I was hanging out with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, and we were telling stories too.
Folks, that was Sean Morton. Thank you for tuning in. I was waiting for Jeff to get punched. Like you walked out of your screen and just...
This was a great... Mark, thank you so much for coming on. This was worth the wait, man. Thank you so much.
I absolutely love coming on here. I love both of you. You guys crack me up. And then you two together fucking with each other is some of the most fun you can have. So thanks for having it. Thank you for making my night amazing.
No, man, it was our pleasure.
Thank you, brother.
Folks, follow Mark Riccadonna. Follow him on all the socials. Check out his website. He's not only a funny comic, he's a very good actor too. He really is. Really good stuff. Okay. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Everyone,
yes.
Take care.